This is Samsung's Buddies Now widget. Allows you to see what your various friends on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace are doing, and you can reply to messages from them or place calls and do things like that. Let's go over one more panel here and we'll take a look at some of the widgets that are available. You can see a number of different clocks. There's Buddies Now. Daily Briefing shows news, stock, quotes, things like that. A couple different clocks and a program monitor, which allows you to see how many applications are running and just keep tabs on that more easily. Of course, there are also a number of stock Android widgets. And since TwiDroid comes pre-installed, you can put a TwiDroid widget there as well. Of course, I haven't set up the account yet. One of the features that people are likely to appreciate is the 3G mobile hotspot application. So you can share your phone's internet connection over Wi-Fi with other devices, laptops, even other phones. Another feature of the lock screen that I want to point out is you can see the messaging piece here. I can drag that to the hole and it'll automatically unlock the device and pull it into the message itself, which is pretty cool. While I have to admit that I haven't been real pleased with the Continuum so far, screen lags and just a bit of wonkiness in general, the camera is top notch. It seems to be even better than what was on the first round of Galaxy S devices. Press the shutter button halfway to very quickly focus, take the photo, and you can switch between video mode and camera mode right there. Bring up these settings, and I'm going to change the resolution to full 720p, and we'll shoot the video. So now we're recording the video, and I'll move around a little bit. We'll stop it. I'm going to pull up the gallery application so you can see what that looks like, and we'll look at some of those photos in the video. You can see it's organized pretty well. Some of these are linked to galleries that are on my Picasa account. See, like the Dropbox there. These are the ones taken from the camera. And of course, you can go in landscape mode as well. So let's take a look at the video first. Nice and sharp, everything looks really good. We'll try to post a full-length one later. But just look at the image quality. This was actually shot with the flash. You can double tap to zoom in and out. Really, really sharp. And look at the detail on this figure. It's really very nice. Let's pull up the Bing client so you can see what that looks like. Check out Maps first. Traffic information. Multi-touch zooming. It's a little slow though. I mean, in spite of the fact that this has a 1 gigahertz processor, there's a lot of functions that have been really jerky on this phone. I'm not sure, maybe the firmware is just not quite ready for prime time, but let's drop back and we'll look at movies. And here's some details. Let's see if it showing some of the local theaters in Langhorne and Hamilton, New Jersey. You also notice new Facebook update just came through here at the bottom, so that keeps updating while you're doing other things, which is pretty cool. And of course, they have a news service just like Google News, and there's lots of things inside of Bing. It works really well in general, just I've had problems with the voice search. Let's give that a shot, just see if it works this time. Dairy Queen in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. And here we go. This one worked this time. Not as good as Google's system. It's not as fast and not as accurate, but still decent when it's functioning. I'm going to go to the main menu and pull up the music player. It starts playing automatically. I find that to be a little annoying, but everything's organized just like you would expect. Little index tabs down here at the bottom. Music plays in the background, and you notice you have the controls on the sub-display while you're not in the main music application. You can pull down the notification area to flip back, of course. But even cooler is when you turn off the screen and then just grab it by the sensors, music controls coming back. And of course, you still have these controls here, just like on regular Galaxy S devices that don't have that secondary display. Let's take a look at the settings for that ticker display. So you can manage your social networking accounts, weather, add cities, change some of the units and other settings like that. Manage your RSS feeds. There are some preloaded RSS feeds that you can just tap to add or remove. You can add your own RSS feeds as well. And of course, just some settings for how it works. Display duration. And you can turn off that sensor if you find it to be a problem for some reason. And you can also tell it to not work at all for those pop-up notifications between certain times. So this one says after 11 p.m. and before 7 a.m. don't show any notifications on the ticker screen, so as it won't light up the room when you're sleeping. So that's the Samsung Continuum for Verizon Wireless. Neat hardware. This secondary display is definitely cool, and the touch-sensitive sensors down here, the grip sensor at the bottom, is an interesting idea. So far the software seems not quite ready though. The device just wasn't smooth. You can see it's just not as smooth as the other Galaxy S devices. Day-to-day I use a Samsung Vibrant, so I know what I'm talking about here. And this just doesn't have that same kind of slickness to it, even though it has the same 1 GHz processor. Other items of interest in it, there's DLNA support. Already mentioned the mobile hotspot. You can install Skype on this, visual voicemail support as well. Cool device. I just think the software needs to be finished. It's not quite there, but really neat nonetheless. It's available for $200 after a $100 mail-in rebate from Verizon right now. And again, that's the Samsung Continuum. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.